My name is Ryan and I have cerebral palsy. It's mainly affecting my right side, it's right side hemiplegia. It affects my balance, restricts my movement quite a lot, and my leg is a lot more stiff.
I first found out about FES through Ryan's paediatric physiotherapist. It was all funded through the NHS. He had a trial with the FES for about 3 months, was it?
Yeah, 3 months.
And then he got on with it really well, and then she referred us.
Before the FES, we mainly used splints. The splints restricted the movement, they made it a lot more difficult, tired me out a lot more, whereas the FES kind of improves my endurance quite a bit, so it's a lot easier to do those kind of things. Could hide it pretty well. I used to hide it in a blazer pocket on the inside when I was at school. The wires were going up through my trousers and no one ever really knew it was there.
With the splints, when Ryan was growing, he had to have a lot more appointments because he had the casting for the splints. It took about 6 weeks to get them back, and then they'd need readjusting. Sometimes then you'd have to get the shoe to fit that splint. So the whole process took about 4 months, and Ryan, when he was going through his growth spurts, it started again after a couple of months or what have you, wasn't it? Yeah.
Before the FES, it was a lot more difficult to do stuff like physical activities, like walking upstairs, walking up hills, just walking in general was a lot more difficult. FES makes me a lot more independent, I think. It improves my endurance and balance a lot, so I need a lot less help. Public transport's a lot easier. I can get on and off buses or trains or anything like that a lot easier. About a year ago, I did something similar to a Go Ape course, which tested my balance quite a lot. I think if I hadn't been using the FES, I would have probably been unable to do that, I think.
Right, so we'll set the FES up, Ryan, but if you want to pop the electrodes onto the head of the fibula there and then use your 2-finger marker.
I got used to it quite quickly, like the electrode placement, the wires and everything. It was tricky at the start, but I was able to get used to it.
That's it, and then your second one.
We had marked the placement of the electrodes and all that along my legs so that we knew where to put them.
Electrode leads just to connect to the top one.
And then we just memorised it from that point.
And then we'll turn the machine on, so if I just turn it off and get you to turn it on and then plug in.
I use the FES quite a lot. I use it pretty much all the time when I'm at college or whenever we're doing any physical activity. I'm able to do a lot of things that I would have struggled a lot more with beforehand. It doesn't have to change with how much I grow. It just mostly stays the same other than changing the batteries when it runs out.
We did notice when we went for days out that Ryan could walk for longer with the FES than he ever did with the splints. And so our days were longer and more enjoyable.